This lesson will highlight 3 library tools that you can use to support your writing in English 1020. They are the JEWL Search, Opposing Viewpoints, and Statista. I will show you how to use these databases to retrieve information that is on target and topic relevant for your research. So starting here on our library homepage, let's go to the library research guide that we have specifically for your class, English 1020. We'll go over here to the quick links and click on Research Guides. You'll see that these are organized by subject. So we're just going to scroll down to English. And we click on English, and then we can see from the drop-down English 1020. You can also go directly to this guide by going to library.mtsu.edu/ENGL 1020. So our first library tool that I want to talk to you about today is the JEWL Search. Now I'm not going to go into a lot of great detail about that because we already have a video right over here on the right side that's specifically about the JEWL Search that will give you some tips and give you a demonstration of how to do that. So if you're not familiar with our JEWL Search, you need to go watch this video. The JEWL Search is a great place to start if you already know your topic and you are ready to start researching. It will retrieve a variety of sources like articles, books, and videos on any topic. It searches about 150 different databases all at the same time in one search box. You can search it right here off of this guide, or you can go back to our main homepage and search it there. Either one will work. Okay, so that is our JEWL Search. The second library tool that I want to talk about is called Opposing Viewpoints. So if we scroll down a little bit here, you'll see we have some good starting points for research in English 1020. And the very first thing on the list is Opposing Viewpoints. So let's click on that. Opposing Viewpoints will cover today's hottest social issues, and it includes opinion pieces on both sides of a topic. So that's why it's an excellent place to go if you're looking for pro-con arguments on a topic. As you see here, you have the choice of searching by keyword or putting in search terms here at the top in the search box. Or if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see you can browse issues by these broad categories like business, energy and environmentalism, health and medicine. If you want to see all the possible topics, all the issues, you can click on Browse All 482 issues. So here is the long list. You can see pretty much anything that you can think of that is a hot topic issue that you might have arguments on both sides is going to be on this list. So great place to look if you need some ideas. So just for an example today, we are going to click on air pollution. All right, you see when we clicked on that, it brought up an overview of our topic. It shows us here all the different resources they have on this topic. There are academic journals, which would be scholarly journals. There are websites, news, primary sources, videos, statistics. But the main thing that we came here for are these viewpoint articles. So let's scroll down and look at that. You see some are featured viewpoints. There's 8 of those. And then there's 199 viewpoint articles. So here's our list. Let's just kind of pick one of these and take a look at it. Global warming and climate change can be stopped if people try harder. All right, so here's our article. It gives us the title. Here's the author's name, the date, the publisher, the document type. This is one of their viewpoint essays. It's a persuasive essay, persuasive article. It's going to give us our full text of the article here. It's usually pretty short. And then if you look over on the right side, you'll see related subjects, other possible topics about the same thing. All right, I want to point out up here at the top, there's a couple of important tools that you'll want to know about. There's the cite tool right here. If you click on this, it'll pop up your citation. So you can copy and paste that, or you can export it down here. If you want to send this to your Google Drive, your OneDrive, or email it to yourself, there's a choice to do that. You can also download it, print it, or get a link back to this article. So lots of great choices here of ways that you can save this for yourself. Let's go back to our main list here. You can always get to this at the top by clicking on Browse Issues. If you want to search for a specific thing, you could put in here air pollution and add in another term like maybe climate change. And then you'll see that limits it a little bit now. We have 66 viewpoints, and you can have some choices over here if you want to filter by date, search within these results, or by document type. So a couple of ways you can refine it right there. So that in a nutshell is opposing viewpoints. Let's go back to our guide now and talk about our third tool, which is Statista. And you can find that under Statistical Sources tab at the top. All right, right here it says Featured Resource Statista, and we're going to click on that link. Now, Statista is an easy-to-use search tool for finding statistics. These statistics are collected from a variety of data sources that include charts, graphs, and reports. Statistics are a great way to support an argument in your writing. So let's do a sample search. Let's stick with our same topic that we were doing before. Let's just type it in the search box here, air pollution and climate change, and see what we get. Okay, we got 283 results. It's broken down over here on the left. You can see there are 265 statistics, 7 infographics, 2 topics, and then under report, we have 6 dossiers. So let's just look at the statistics first. All right, let's choose one of these here to look at. This one looks like a good one. U.S. global warming impacts observed among adults, 2019 to 2020. Okay, so here is our chart. These are some important tools right here. If you click on this, you can change the way it's going to present the chart. You have a choice. Maybe you want to see it like that. Maybe you prefer it this way. A couple different ways you can view it, which that's a nice handy tool. You can share the statistic here, either by emailing it to yourself or through social media. You can click on this quotation mark right here to get the citation for this statistic. It gives it to you in APA. You can also, maybe you want to change it to MLA, copy and paste that there for you. And then lastly here is where you can print it. Over here on the right side, it's going to give you some download options, different ways you want to download this image. You'll have the most choices if you click the PowerPoint file. It'll give you some different variations of this same chart. Here you can see the source information, who did this survey, what was the name of the survey, who published it, and then a direct link out to the source. All right, so let's go back to our results. So that's one example of how you can view a statistic on a topic. Now these dossiers are also very helpful because they are full comprehensive reports on a topic. So we have pollution in the United States. So if we click on that, it's going to give us a choice to download either the PDF or the PowerPoint file. And then once you download it, you can view all of these different statistics. So under air pollution, there's a lot of great information right here. So that is Statista. It's pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy to use, but lots of great information in there. Okay, so back to our guide here. I just want to quickly show you some of the things that we provide. Besides the 3 tools that I covered today, there are many, many more library resources that we list here for you on this English 1020 guide. If we go back to the Home tab, you can see here we have some other starting points. We talked about opposing viewpoints. CQ Researcher is also a really good tool. Google Scholar, some great choices. Right over here to the right is a link to course reserves at our library for English 1020. So that's going to be very useful for your class. Up at the top, you can see we have a tab specifically about MLA style, how to use images in media, ways to evaluate sources, newspapers, if you need to have a source from a newspaper, presentation resources, and then we have an Ask a Librarian tab. Here is where you can chat with us if you have a question. You can explore our FAQs or even search those. Now I want to show you on our main library homepage how to look up any of these sources that I talked about today. You can always look them up under databases A to Z. They're in alphabetical order, or you can click over here under the popular databases and see here's opposing viewpoints, and then a little further down is Statista. So I hope this lesson was useful for you today. If you need any help once you're starting to work on your assignments, if you have any questions, you can contact us via live chat by clicking on the Ask Us tab right here. Just have a chat with us. If we're unavailable, you can send us an email. We're here and we're happy to help.